Hi there, it's Emma from Top Dog Turf, and it's so hot, isn't it so hot today? Wow. And because it's so hot, we are getting lots of emails and phone calls from people saying our grass stinks. And one of the most common phone calls of the day is people saying, I've been using the Pia Power Wash and my grass still smells. That's because the Pia Power Wash isn't the ideal product to use. So we've actually had customers as well argue today about the fact that they want to use the Pia Power Wash and their grass still smells. The Pia Power Wash is a disinfectant, so its job is to kill bugs and germs. And whilst yes, it does rupture the odour molecules, so it will remove the smell. If the dogweed build-up smell is what you're struggling with, it's the wee-free that you need. So the Pia Power Wash is going to kill the bugs that grow on the dogweed crystals that cause that kind of funny, damp, fishy smell that's called off-gassing. And then after a few days, a week or so, those bacteria are going to build up again. So it's a bit like if you've got a mouldy orange in the fruit bowl and the orange is all sort of fluffy and green, and you get some bleach on a cloth and you wipe all the mould off the orange, so you've now got an orange, but it's still on the turn. Give it a week and that orange is going to be furry again, and that's because it's on the turn and it's starting to break down and bacteria is starting to grow on it. And this is a bit what's happening with the Pia. So all disinfectants work the same, be it J's Fluid, be it Zoflora. The Pia is formulated for doggy gardens, and it's going to work better than J's Fluid and Zoflora, those sorts of things, but it is still a disinfectant. So there's nothing in the Pia Power Wash that is going to actually eat the dog wee and the dog poo. It's not that sort of a product. So the Wee Free is what you need. The Wee Free, which is an enzyme cleaner, is what is going to actually physically remove the bits of old dog poo stuck in the grass blades, bits of old bird poo, and the stinky bits of the dogweed crystals. So not only the dogweed crystals themselves, but with wee you have all sorts of other bits. You have that like sticky yellow urea and all the other bits of dogweed that are also a bit stinky or a bit disgusting and sticky. So the Wee Free gets rid of the smell because it actually gets rid of everything that causes the smell. It breaks it down either into waters or simple substances, and it does that with live bioenzyme. The Pia doesn't. If you just keep using the Pia, and then when we suggest to you that you change to the Wee Free and then you don't change to the Wee Free, and you keep using the Pia, you're using the wrong thing for the wrong job. Now the Pia is absolutely brilliant if you have a dog with a squitty bum, or you have somebody's thrown up on the grass, or if you know you're going to have small children rolling about on the grass and you think, I need to know that all the germs on this grass are dead. So then the Pia is absolutely brilliant. And it's also really good because it smells great. I think in some ways it has a slightly fresher smell than the Wee Free. That's just a personal thing. But you can just use the Pia to wash the tops of the grass, so that if anybody's playing on it, you know that it's going to be as clean as a newly sort of steamed kitchen floor. So that's the kind of way to think about it if you're worried about germs. Also, actually, I had recently an email from a lady who feeds raw, and she was having flies on her artificial grass. So her dogs were going out in the garden and eating bones and things, and then flies were sitting in the grass. Well, the Pia would actually work for that. Both products would work for that, because that is a kind of biological, well, it's bits of old dead things, isn't it, stuck in the grass blades. But the Pia would also help to kill off anything that you didn't want sort of to sit on or children to roll about in. And certainly when I feed my pugs something tasty or some tripe or something on the grass, then you do get flies on it, because they're just, you know, it's interesting and they want to eat it. So even when it's gone, you know, the grass is still going to have a smell of maybe some tripe or some raw bones or something. So you could use the Pia then, because it's going to zap all the bugs, or the Wee Free because it's physically going to eat it. So the Wee Free will not kill bacteria, germs, coronavirus, norovirus. It won't do it. There's nothing in it that will do that. It's just going to eat biological matter. The Pia will kill coronavirus, norovirus, rabies, swine flu, bird flu, all sorts of things. It has a really broad spectrum. It's a really, really incredibly strong disinfectant, but it's not going to eat your dog wee crystals. We changed the recipe of the Wee Free and it's no longer affected by the heat, but what it is affected by is evaporation, because ideally it needs to have some water, some dampness in it for the enzymes to grow and to do their thing. So if it's in full sun and the water is evaporating out of the cleaner quicker than the enzymes can get themselves going and multiplying and eating the dog wee, then that might be a little bit of a problem. So if you can do the lawn in the evening when the sun's off the grass, that would be great. And then maybe the following day, if it is warm again, just sprinkle the grass lightly with water, and then the water is going to go down through the grass drainage holes into the backing, and then just keep underneath the grass quite cool. Now, I know that some people who've had a real stinky problem, when they start to treat their grass and it's really hot, they'll do a deep clean, they'll saturate it with the Wee Free, and then they'll just cover the grass with a tarpaulin, just maybe put some plant pots on the corner, or certainly put some plastic bin bags or tarpaulin, anything you can find really that's a bit plasticky, over the area, especially over any hot spots where the dogs are really weeing. And all that's doing is keeping it damp so that the enzymes can not evaporate and do their thing. I also use the Wee Free for spot cleaning carpet, so if a dog's chucked up or something, so I make a little tiny bowl of Wee Free, quite strong. I spot clean the carpet with it, and then I just put a poo bag on top of the damp bit of carpet with a crock on top, and that's just going to keep the bit of carpet damp overnight, and so the enzymes can get cleaning the dog sick out of the carpet. But let us know if you get stuck. Either drop us a private message through the page, email info@topdogturf.co.uk, but do use the right products for the job, and if you're not sure, then let us know. So if you have bought Wee Free and Pia together, please remember not to use them together. And I know lots of you think it's a good idea, but as we've discussed, the Pia is a really powerful disinfectant. It kills everything within 30 seconds and it will kill the bioenzymes. So if you've bought the two together, the Wee Free is your go-to product for cleaning the dog wee and totally removing the dog wee from the grass. The Pia, you'd want to use, you can mix it and you can leave it mixed for years, that's not a problem, and you can use it for a quick squirt or a spray. You can use it in a pump action spray, so in many ways it's a bit easier to use than the Wee Free, but you can use it in a pump action and just spray quickly all across the tops of the grass blades if you want them to be disinfected, to know that the children can roll about on it, there are no germs. But if you've just spent your money on the Wee Free, you've used the Wee Free, you've done that whole watering can business, and then 5 minutes later, or after a cup of tea and a sit down, you do the same with the Pia, you've just killed all the Wee Free, because the disinfectant has killed it all. So you've wasted your money. So, Wee Free, and then if you're going to do a really deep clean with the Pia, leave it a week, because these little fellas are going to be working for a week. Give them a chance, don't kill them off before they've done their job. So use the Pia, buy it, it's not a problem, it's brilliant indoors, it's brilliant to clean carpets, it's brilliant to clean floors, it's brilliant to disinfect everything. You can put it in the washing machine, it's going to kill the coronavirus off your clothes. You can put it in a spray, it's going to kill the coronavirus off your shopping trolleys, off your handbags, off your shoes as you're all going back to work. But it's going to kill your live enzymes, so don't mix them and don't use them together. So thank you all very much for all your orders, love you all loads. You might notice if you start ordering there is now a loyalty scheme on the website, so every penny you spend you're earning points to cash in as discounts. So that's it, speak to you soon, bye.